Oh, that's awesome. Ah, what a beautiful blue sky it is. So pretty. So beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. Wait, I'm supposed to be doing something here, aren't I? Oh, yay! There we go. Things. Things about. Things and village and whatnot and hi! It's NihonTiger. Welcome back to NihonTiger and NeoCraft episode 44. And we are somewhere a little different today. I've decided to take a little break from good old GAF Kong because I'm having some trouble with the Asian-inspired temple I want to build, and I having a little bit of builder's block, unfortunately. So the bad news with that is I'm not going to finish it this episode. I'm going to go back eventually and finish it. I don't know when. I just need to be kind of inspired. It's it's builder's block. It happens to the best of us. We just get stuck and we can't figure out what we're going to do. So I thought we would come by and swing by. I think this is called Priest Town, I believe is the name. But it's a new tiny little town that's been built here by the dungeon warp near these ancient ruins with the Final Fantasy pixel art up there. And Sky City is that way, I believe. Yes, Priest Town is correct. Yeah, there's Sky City in all of its partial floatiness, and there's a lighthouse. So I believe Jay Duckworth is, I believe, the one who's started building this, and then his friends have all come over, and more people have come over. But we are going to be, oh, windmill, hi windmill. We are going to be building something here as well. Now I was supposed to be building on this plot. Unfortunately, Mr. Dry decided he was gonna get here first because I failed to mark it off, and he built himself a tiny cottage. It's not really tiny, but he built something there, so I had to take a slightly smaller plot for a future site for a pub. Yay! Nobody's allowed to build here. Okay, so now that I'm here, I can actually build, and I already started just doing a little bit. I built this kind of entryway. So, alright, nope, Charlie's leaving. So, we are on with, excuse me, we are on with, just now with Danger Burns, who is building something very cool off in the distance. I don't want to spoil it. I visited it last night. It's excellent. Yay. So, we are going to be building a pub here, and I thought for the episode, I thought we would talk a little bit about something that's relevant. So I'm just going to start putting in the foundation here. But I thought we would talk a little something talk a little bit about something that was somewhat relevant to me. How do I want to do this? How did I have this set up? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, nope. You come with me. So, I thought we would talk a little bit about it because it's relevant in the sense that it's something that, as someone who frequents the Minecraft subreddit, it's been discussed a little bit. Because there's been some issues that have come up with it recently, and there have been several other, I guess you could say, let me make sure, I'm trying to make sure I get this spaced right. So it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to fill that in later. But I wanted to talk a little bit, and just made a loud popping noise. I realized that. Sorry everybody, I just hurt your ears, didn't I? So, Thank you. I wanted to discuss the title of this episode, which is Fame. Not the musical. No, not the crappy musical I don't like. Sorry. I know some people are going to be upset by me calling it crappy, but I don't care. But the whole thing about being famous and how people, really a lot of people do want to be YouTube famous. I should get some blocks here. I'm going to have to plan this foundation out so I can build properly. But a lot of people, they want to be internet famous, whether that's on YouTube or something else. And a lot of people too do things that they would make them look famous. They tend to do things that are really annoying. So I thought I would talk a little bit about myself and just some of the things I noticed, as well as some of the... Dang it, I'm going to have to go chop that down. Thank goodness I have an axe. But just some of the things I've noticed, some of the problems that have come up recently, and just some of my own personal opinions on them. Please do remember that anything I say in the video is actually my opinion on the subject matter, so I'm not speaking for anyone else but myself. Don't speak for anyone else on the server or whatnot, but let's see. Yes, so first thing I wanted to talk about, of course, is actually, fame. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to deal with. Being famous, especially being YouTube famous, you have a lot of people who want to, I guess you could say the word would be, a lot of people want to emulate you, and that's not me, of course. I'm not YouTube famous. I'm not even close to being YouTube infamous or whatever. But the thing is, a lot of people would love to have, the kind of job that some of the guys on Minecraft or some of the machinima guys have. Oh, you get to sit around and play games all day. That's a great job, isn't it? You get paid to play games. In fact, you get to get paid to play games that you want to play. And I'll admit, it sounds pretty good from the perspective of an outsider looking in, to be able to say, hey, I get to play, for example, let's see, I think of a game I would like to play. I get to play Team Fortress 2 all day, make videos of it, go and do some post-processing, and boom, I get $1 billion out of it. Sounds great, right? Well, of course it has its own, stipulations and problems and issues and whatnot. But more importantly, there's a lot of people who want to be famous and be associated with famous people. Not so much be famous themselves, but be around famous people. Maybe they want to say, oh, I know so and so. He is, my best friend, and he bought me game X because he's awesome. Oh, I think I want to do it like this, right? I'm trying to remember how I have this set up in my creative world. I think it's like that. Yeah. So one of the problems with that I've noticed is you see a lot of people who are flying around, and someone famous is somewhere, like maybe someone famous is visiting a server for a video, and then all of a sudden all you see is just this blob of people surrounding someone, trying to get their picture, trying to say, oh hey, come check out my video, come check out my channel. They're spamming their channel in the chat, trying to get hopes that maybe so and so, whoever famous person is, sees their channel and is like, oh, I should go check that out. And then it's kind of a diamond in the rough, hidden talent kind of thing, where they're hoping that someone sees them and they suddenly get elevated to rockstar status, and suddenly they're making thousands of dollars a month playing games like NeoCraft or NeoCraft. Yeah, pretty much just NeoCraft makes that much. So That is something I see a lot of, and no, I cannot really say much about that because I used to be one of those people. I used to be one of the screenshotters who would fly around and be like, oh look, that's that's Seth Ling. I'll take a picture with him, and oh look, that's Good, and I'll take a picture with him. And over time, I kind of grew out of that, and I kind of thought, okay, it's not really, it's cool, but there's nothing I'm really gaining by doing it like this. Oh, there we go. Break that. Thank you. That looks nice. So I do have to put some more beams in there. But it was something I used to do, and I know a lot of people still do that nowadays. A lot of people who are perhaps younger than I am, perhaps not as... I don't want to... I'm going to sound like I'm going to say something bad here. I was going to say something, but I don't want to say it like that. Perhaps not as, I guess you could say, experienced with the whole YouTube thing. Maybe they're not, YouTubers themselves, or maybe they've just started out, or whatnot. But there are a lot of times where these people do have to be kind of segregated from the rest of the crowd because, well, to be blunt, the crowd can't handle these people being there, and they can't handle it without going like completely insane and being like, oh my god, I gotta get my I gotta get my 10 seconds of fame with so and so I better go bug them right now. But it's something where I used to do that, and I don't do it anymore because I feel like I'm kind of intruding on them. Even if someone says, hey, everyone wants to come take a picture with me, I'll be like, I don't want to. I don't really feel like I'm supposed to be doing that. I feel like I'm kind of intruding on your personal space, and to me it just kind of feels invasive and rude and all of that goes along with it. So I don't do that much anymore. I just kind of appreciate it, and I try to be cool around famous people when I see them, or when I'm playing a game with them or something like that. That's not gonna work. Will that work? Oh, it's not gonna work either. I am gonna have to use glowstone on those. Okay. So sorry, just talking to myself. But how's that look? Does that look alright? Yeah, that looks alright. But that's one thing, and it's a entirely different thing I'm gonna talk about in a bit. But snapshotting is okay, I guess, as long as you're not being too intrusive, and what I mean by that is you're not like getting up in their face and following them around. And I see a lot of that too. I see a lot of people who kind of, someone's taking a tour, maybe they're live streaming, and all of a sudden all you just see is like 25 people standing in their face trying to be like, oh my god, I'm on this channel, now I'm internet famous. And no, it doesn't work like that. Because when you got that many people standing by you, one guy, you can't even see anything. You can't see, who's there or who isn't. And you're just kind of wasting your time and getting in the way of someone. And I guess the people who are used to it are used to it. I know I wouldn't get used to it. I know I'd kind of probably be a little irritable myself about that, which makes me glad sometimes I'm not too big at the moment. So, what did I want to talk about? It's a good thing I made notes, because I'm going to forget like half the stuff I wanted to talk about otherwise. But I do some stuff for YouTubers, maybe some more famous people. I do build stuff for them. I make designs. I come up with different project builds. Sometimes they ask for them. Sometimes I'm just throwing them ideas. I might see something and say, hey, I think this would work here. I think this would be a good idea for, you know, this part of your build. And I do that not because I'm trying to be out there and seek fame and fortune and all that good stuff. I do that because usually when they're looking for help, it's usually some kind of challenge for me. It's a personal challenge. It's like, okay, I need more logs. It's like, okay, you know, so-and-so is asking for ideas for his design for his nether hub or something, and I'm like, alright, I got some ideas for you here. And then, you know, stream of ideas comes out. It's like, okay, maybe not like a fart sound, but you get the idea. It just kind of comes out, and I'm just working and, you know, working at it, having fun, enjoying what I do, and that's really the reason I do it, because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy being helpful in general, and I just enjoy building. I've always liked building, and you know, I don't play it. There's always a temptation for me to play in creative mode here, because it would make building everything so much easier, but I don't do it because it kind of, for me, cheapens the feel of the game a little bit. Not so much in a sense that it makes the game, you know, somehow less or not as good for me, but I guess it just makes it feel like I'm not doing the effort if I can just have 1,000 things to build with, and that's fine. I do that. I do a lot of building on the side, just in my free time, just as a way to kind of work things out. Maybe every once in a while, if I'm frustrated, I'll build something just to kind of make myself feel better. But yeah, by and large, I'm not doing builds to be some famous guy and get all the YouTubes for myself, but I'm just doing it because I'm trying to be helpful and I enjoy building. But yeah, one of the things with that kind of fame is, you know, famous people, sometimes they don't have time to reply to you, and you do get frustrated. You do get frustrated every once in a while, and then you wonder if you should be doing it, if it's a waste of your time, because you don't always get a reply back from someone, especially if they're really famous, because, you know, maybe they have 1,000 things in their inbox and they just don't have time to get to you. And I will admit, at times there have been occasions I've thought, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I bothering with this if no one's going to bother to reply to this whole project I spent so many hours on? It feels like they're just kind of ignoring me just to be jerks about it. And then I have to sit down and I have to talk to myself and say, hey, these people got lives too, they got jobs to do, and YouTube is their job, and they have to spend all this time rendering and getting things done and whatnot, and they don't always have time for everything. And it's something you do have to remind yourself about famous people, you know, being famous. It's not just something where you become famous and everyone does everything for you. A lot of times, especially with the internet, you got to keep working at it. You got to keep, you know, digging on and piling on and just keep going. Especially YouTube, you can't really stop when you start doing YouTube videos, because people get this expectation that you're going to do YouTube videos every single day, and when you don't, you suddenly start getting questions. Like, for example, one of the Minecraft guys, Shri, has not done a video in a little bit, and a lot of people, you know, well, maybe not a lot of people, but like one person was on the Reddit today asking, oh, where's Shri at? And the answer was he's probably doing exams, because it's around exam time in Britain, I believe. So he's busy doing all of that stuff because he's still in high school. So he's busy with, you know, his exams and whatnot. So yeah, that's something. These guys have to have lives too. A lot of them don't have the luxury of being able to work full time. They're not able to do, YouTube full time. It's not profitable. It's not making them enough money, and they have other things that they have to take care of, like kids or just life in general. And it's fame is not something that you just get and then all of a sudden everything becomes easy. It's something where the more famous you become, the more you have to work at it, and the more you have to do things and keep on track and keep on the schedule, and it doesn't get any easier. I know that much. I know you guys kind of expect at least a video every once in a while out of me, but part of the fact that I did my schedule the way I did it was to make sure you guys didn't get in this expectation that I suddenly have all the time in the world and I can do a video every day forever, because that's not true, and there's no way I could do that. I could theoretically do that, but it would just take up so much of my time. I wouldn't be able to do anything else. I wouldn't have a life if I did that. And I try to do this so I have a life outside of YouTube and the internet and all of that good stuff. But it's just the whole thing where I said that sometimes I feel like I'm being a bother. I'm like that in real life too. That's the way I am. It's the way I always have been. I always feel like sometimes I'm intruding on people, or I'm bothering them, and they'll say no, you're not bothering me, and they're sincerely mean. They're not saying it just to be nice. They sincerely mean I'm not bothering them. I'm not being a pain, and yet I always feel like no matter what that I am being a bother to people. And it used to be that when I would do that, I would just kind of shut down and not even talk or do anything. I would just kind of slowly fade into the background and just not bother them anymore. I kind of did that after I graduated high school, and a lot of stuff happened, and I kind of wish, a little bit inside of me kind of wish I hadn't done that, but I also know that sometimes you can't really go back and change everything, so you just kind of gotta deal with how things are. That's perhaps more of another story for another time. In any case, kind of got the yeah, this looks alright. Maybe make a window here. There's not really a window on this side. Let me see. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Lots of windows. It looks really nice. So that's that's something that happens because people get busy and you don't hear back, and it gets frustrating, and you're like, what can I do? How can I possibly make myself more noticed? How can I possibly get a reply back? How do I make so and so reply to me and tell me I'm the greatest? And the answer is you don't. That's the truth. A lot of the time you just kind of got to deal with the fact that, hey, awesome person X is probably busy. If they don't respond back right away, doesn't mean they didn't see your video, but maybe they just don't have the time to respond to you and everyone else. And that's part of it too. You may get a lot of awesome people that you want to talk to, and you're just busy and you don't have time, and it just becomes something where you forget about it. I do that a lot. I do that a lot with just in general. I just I get busy and I forget that, oh, I need to do such and such. I need to go do laundry tonight. There's a couple times I've almost forgotten to do laundry for the week, and that would have been embarrassing. But I did not bring a crafting bench, did I? Nah, I'll have to make one. Don't want to, but I'll have to. So I don't have much of a choice. Boop. But yeah, it's that's the thing you deal with. I mean, everyone deals with getting busy, and maybe someone doesn't get back to you right away, but you just say, hey, life happens. No worries. Get back to you some other time. But yeah, I also, like I said, I ultimately decided that, even if I don't get a message back from somebody, and that does happen to me, I don't always get a message back when I make a build for someone, or I don't get a comment or a reply back right away. But I just decided I'm going to keep doing it because I'm hoping it's a help to them, and like I said, it's fun for me. And if it's fun for me, why should I stop doing it because someone else may or may not be not responding or whatnot. There's no reason not to do that. So, yeah, I'm not in it for the fame. If that's something that some people are, that's their choice. If you want to be in it for the fame and the notoriety and all the YouTube babes. Nah, there's no YouTube babes. But if that's something that you want to do, I always, it's your choice. I would disagree with it because I don't think that's the right way to go about the internet and all the things that come with it. But a lot of people, say, I deserve, more subs than I have. I've heard that. I've heard people say that before to me. That, well, not a lot of people, but some people have said I deserve to have more subs than I do, and I'm okay with what I've got. I'm not gonna sit here and cry or anything like that, because I still got 130 some people that like me enough to sub, and that's cool. That's much better than having not 130 people having less than that or whatnot. But the other thing is, I don't know personally if I could handle having, Minecraft level subs, or like someone like a B-dubs, or good guy like an Etho. Oh my goodness, I couldn't handle having 600,000 subs. I'd go insane. Especially since I try to, I try to respond to every message I get, every comment that people post. I try to reply to it. Have you seen the comments on some of those videos? Just the sheer volume of them. There's no way I could even read all of them. That's just it's just mind-blowing how someone can get, like, post a video and 2 hours later they have 5,000 likes and 350 comments, and that's just 2 hours of video time. It's beyond insane. It's crazy, which I guess is insane. I don't know. I couldn't really think of a word that it's beyond insane. So the other thing I've noticed about that too, and I've mentioned this a little bit with Shri, is when you go away, suddenly it becomes the great where did they go mystery. And for example, the fact that we haven't had a Minecraft UHC at main server one, fan servers been playing a couple of them, but we haven't had a main server one in a couple months now, and people constantly ask, when's UHC 9 happening? When's it happening? When's it happening? When's it happening? And this is despite the fact that every time they give an answer that, it's due to scheduling, it's due to, updates and whatnot, because the server, the server's running on snapshots, and the game is updating constantly now. They're almost in 1.5. There's always development going on from Mojang now, so it's making it a little bit more of a pain to schedule these things. But people always ask that, and it's like, it's kind of head scratching to me. I almost feel like there should be just like an FAQ, and I would probably do this if I ever got that big and famous. I'd probably just have an FAQ of commonly asked questions, and every time someone asks a question, I would point them to the FAQ and be like, "There's your answer. I'm not talking about it anymore. Don't press me on it anymore. That's it." This is coming along nice. I kind of like the oak flooring here. I think that's a good choice. But the other problem with fame is I've seen is a lot of times folks try to ride your coattails or crash the party, so to speak, and that could happen as something, something as simple as you're playing on server X with a bunch of friends. Let's say you're playing on Joe's server with friends, and you want it to be kind of a private get together just to hang out with a couple of buddies, but somebody posts the IP to Joe's server, and suddenly Joe's server gets crashed by 100,000 people who are all trying to get in so they can say, hey, I played with NeonTiger. He's awesome. He gave me a high five, and fireworks blew up, and rainbows and unicorns happened. It was amazing. And that is probably the most infuriating thing I could possibly think of that anyone could do to someone, would be to try and invade their personal space. And a lot of times, private whitelisted servers, that is personal space. That is not, everyone is invited to come along and play space. That is, we made this so we could have a place to record and have fun and do what we want to do and bring you our adventures. And people it's not like people don't ask, it's people just decide they're gonna go ahead and crash the party, and it ruins everything for everyone else because they too are on this, for example, with the recent example I just gave, if I'm on a server with like 10 of my friends and someone comes in and starts messing up my stuff who is not on the server, or you get like 20 people all trying to log in and the server's going under strain and it crashes, how much fun is that for the people who were playing with me? How much fun is that to say, hey guys, I'm sorry, but the server can't handle this, it crashed, and now we can't play anymore tonight, any of us. I mean, that's not cool at all. It's kind of a jerk thing to do. And I see a lot of times that's what people do. They try to, they see the famous person, and all of a sudden it's like, I gotta go to the famous person and just be around the famous person the whole time. And I'll tell you a story about that, actually. Relevant story time. But I was one time on Corrales' server. He was doing a live stream tour, and he's a cool guy. He's a pretty cool guy. But he was doing his live stream tour of his server, and I'll never forget this because it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. You could tell where he was at all times because there was just this swarm, and I will literally say it was a swarm. It was a swarm of people that were following him everywhere. And they just, he'd be flying around, and there was just like a bumblebee size swarm of people just flying in and around him and just going all over the place. And I was kind of watching the whole thing from a distance because I didn't want to get up and get in his face. But just for kicks, I kind of windowed out and went to look on the live stream, and you couldn't see anything because all you could see was the people who were just kind of flying around. That's all you could see on the actual live stream. All you could see was, people who were just trying to hang around Corrales the whole time, and it was kind of at the same time funny, and also a little bit sad, I guess, because it's like the guy couldn't even do his own. I don't know what that was, but the guy couldn't even do his own live stream without. He didn't mind too much, which is great about Corrales. He was kind of like just didn't even bother any mind, but didn't even bother him a little bit that all these people were doing this, which is cool. That's awesome that he was able to kind of do that. But it's like, alright guys, kind of give him a little bit of room, give him a little space to breathe. Don't be crowding him out now. There we go. That looks nice. I like that. I need to do a little bit of trimming here, make sure that these don't grow too much. But that was a pretty memorable night. That I remember seeing a whole bunch of people just kind of. Yeah, I might need a few more for that. But you know, it's one of those things where you don't become famous hovering in front of somebody. I hate to burst your bubble if you're thinking that, but you don't become internet famous spending the whole day hovering in front of someone on their live stream. That's not how it works. You put in hard work and you do stuff that people like, and you get enough people to like you that other people start to like you, and you get recommended by friends of those people, and you know, biff bang boom, you get to 100,000 views. And I've heard this a couple times that, you know, 100,000 views, once you get there, it's kind of like on autopilot, and you just keep getting subs because of the sheer number of subs you have already. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I've heard that, but I should make some slabs. Need sound effects. But yeah, you know, fame is something that is earned. It's not given. It's not easily thrown about. I mean, even if someone does give you a shout out, you know, a lot of times you do have to work to get that shout out. You have to do something that's notable enough so that, you know, whoever's giving the shout out says, hey, I like this guy, he's doing, you know, this and this, go check him out. And that's no, I don't want to do that. That's something that you put in time and effort, you know, building or doing a let's play, or you know, doing whatever you do that makes people notice you. That's something that, you know, you gotta work for. Sorry, I gotta break that. I gotta move this tree, unfortunately. That's the problem. Listen, I like the tree. It's unfortunate, but it's getting in the way of the deck that I'm gonna build out here. So, want to there? Yep. It's gonna have stairs. I think they go down here. I think I'd like to do that. Oh, no. I see you, creeper. I see you. I see you. You stay away from my little establishment here. Is this gonna be a big enough deck, or I'm gonna have to make a bigger one? Yeah, I'll take that. It's a small deck. It's a small deck. I'll be fine. So let me get some. See how this looks. Hi. You should go away. Go away. Oh, he's coming this way. Hi. Oh. Shoot. I should eat while I'm doing this. Thank goodness creeper damage is turned off on this server. I would be crying right now if that wasn't the case. But yeah, you know, fame is not, it's not something that you just wake up one day and you're famous. And maybe I should get some fence here. I'll see how that looks instead. But you gotta do some work, and you gotta do some hard work and thoughtful work to become famous. And I mean, you know, for example, the Minecraft fan server, which I've said a million times before, would love to be on it, and of course that's still the case. But you know, there's no more contests for it. Even when there was contests, those contests were hard work, man. You had to come bring your A game, because you're competing against a lot of other people when you're doing that, and it's not just, oh, you know, I can build a thing and I will win. That's not gonna get you. That's not gonna get you fame. It's not gonna get you noticed. You gotta spend a lot of time and dedication and detail work and all that good stuff into building something that looks awesome. And yeah, let's do that. That works, right? Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. I like that. Maybe we'll bring this down a little bit here. Yep. Oh, not that one. No, not that one. I want to go middle here. So like right here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Don't you? Yeah, that looks good. So we'll do that. We'll do that. I like that. That's why I had to move that, because it was coming onto the deck. I like that tree though. I wanna... Oh, that's right. Shoot. Well, maybe I can, I'm gonna have to double slab it anyways, aren't I? Does that look alright? I don't know. I don't really like that, how that looks. Shoot. I have a quandary. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Huh. Decisions I'll have to make. I'll figure it out later. I'm not gonna build the whole thing this episode anyways. And I can't put the... I'll have to put it over here, like that. There we go. But yeah, I mean, there is a right way to go about you know, finding fame, finding maybe even internet fortune. Especially if you're trying to do like a let's play. And I did want to talk a bit about that, because I don't want it to seem like I'm kind of chastising everyone for seeking to be famous, but you know, going about it the wrong way is the problem, and I see a lot of that going on. And I just thought it was just something that was on my mind, just something I wanted to talk about. But there's definitely a right way to go about, you know, being notable and being good and all of that stuff. And the answer that I would give to someone who asks me, you know, Tiger, how do you think you should become famous? Well, the answer to that question is pretty simple. Let me see how this looks. Looks fine. I like that. Might need some more light back here, but you know, it looks fine. But the answer to your question, intrepid question asker, is very simple. You need to be helpful. You need to be courteous to other people, especially other people who are of the famous type, and you have to be kind to people. You know, just do things for fun. You know, build stuff, have fun. Don't sit around expecting because someone famous played a game of Nail with you that you're suddenly gonna become best buddies with them, or that, you know, you ran into someone on a certain server and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh my god, I've been blessed, I've been, you know, the YouTube Pope has anointed me and I am now a saint. That's not how that works. Let me put another torch here. I think if I put a torch, put one there, that'll look good. Yeah, that'll look nice. I like that. I'll put that on the deck back here. Excuse me. But don't seek to become famous doing videos. And a lot of YouTubers have said this, that I've heard, who've discussed the whole fame thing. They've said, don't do it to become famous, do it to have fun. And that is absolutely 100% the right idea. with the internet. Do this stuff, do things like, you know, YouTube and whatnot because you enjoy doing it. Don't do it because you expect to become a multi-millionaire. There's not that many people who do videos for a living. I can probably name most of them who do it full time. You know, it's guys like, you know, PewDiePie and Captain Sparkles and YogsCast and a couple of the Minecraft guys. A couple of them. Not all of them, not even close to half of them. I mean, a couple of them do this full time. It's not, you know, it's not a job that's going to be available for everyone because there's so many, you know, there's only so many people who can really do this full time. Let me see, does this work? Oh, it doesn't work because that block's there. Shoot. So I may need to take care of that. No one will see it. If I need to, I'll just put some more blocks underneath to match it, so it'll look nicer. But you know, this is nice. A little back-ended porch here. Maybe put, you know, a couple chairs out here, or something small and nice for the pub. There we go. So yeah, you know, don't do it just to become famous. And I can tell you that there's a lot I'd like to do on YouTube, and a lot of people I'd like to meet, hang out with. You know, I would love to do a lot, but the sad truth, maybe not the sad truth, but the hard truth for me is most of that's probably not going to happen. And I don't mean not going to happen this year, not going to happen next year, not going to happen ever. It's never going to happen for me. I'm personally of the persuasion that the YouTube, you know, the boat for doing YouTube full time has sailed. And if you aren't making, you know, full time money now, you are never going to make full time money ever, because it's just going to keep going up what the expectation is for a full timer. Maybe now it's 100,000 subs, but you know, when everyone's getting to 100,000 subs and they change the ad rates on videos, and trust me, they will change the ad rates on videos. When they do that, then you know, some of those people that were doing it full time at 100,000 aren't going to be able to afford to do it anymore. They're going to have to wait and try and get to 200,000 or maybe like 250,000 to do it full time. Because it's always going up. The number of, you know, let me put this like right here. Yeah, that looks nice. But the number of people that are, yeah, maybe I could do this. Maybe. How's that look? Does that look cool? Instead of the open, like maybe like make this like a lattice. Oh, that looks awesome. I like that. I love that. That's great. But you know, that bar is always going to keep going up unless it all of a sudden goes down for everyone. And if it's going down for everyone, it's going down for you too. So, you know, yeah, that looks good. I like that. That's a good design choice. But you do have to keep that in mind. It's not as simple as make YouTube videos and become internet famous forever. You know, what is that going to be? What is it going to be to be what's the amount of videos you're going to need to be famous? What's you know, what's the level you're going to have to be at as far as, okay, that is a glitch. Let's see, random floating thing. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Oh, it's kind of wrapping around. I like that. It's looking good. I like that so far. It's kind of growing in real nice and nice and how I wanted it to grow in a little bit here. Very cool. Now, if it starts to overgrow too much, I'm going to have to trim it. Because I don't want those vines wrapping all the way around everything. That's what I feared when I did that, is that they would wrap around everywhere. But yeah, I mean, I could tell you as far as, you know, I could tell you first and foremost, you know, anyone who does YouTube, you know, who does Minecraft videos, I'm getting ahead of myself there, who does Minecraft, like, Let's Plays, and who's a Minecraft fan, here we go, they would love to be on the server with all the guys, but truth be told, it's not going to happen for 99.999999999% of the people who would like that, including myself. It's never going to happen. You're going to have to just deal with, you know, maybe hoping you run into these people one day at Minecon, or, you know, getting lucky like I did, being able to go to the BT meetup. You know, that's going to have to be kind of our moment. Yeah, this is looking good. I like that. I kind of wanted to do it like a sea shanty kind of side, you know, kind of town. Like maybe kind of New England style a little bit. I think that's working out good. I think it'll fit. I do have to figure out what I'm going to do with the roof. That's the big problem. But, yeah, you just have to kind of accept that fact. And it doesn't mean don't try. It doesn't mean don't try to do the best you can, you know, or things like that. It doesn't mean that at all. I don't want you guys to be discouraged, and when I say that, and be like, oh, well, that means I should just give up on doing everything if I'm not going to be famous. No. Don't get angry. You know, don't get angry or discouraged or anything like that. Just keep working hard, and if you know, if you make it, you know, maybe you will be that lucky 1% that makes it. You know, maybe you won't, but you'll have fun doing it. That's really what matters, right? Just get the most out of it for yourself, and not worry about trying to impress everybody, because that's not. This is supposed to be some kind of. Oh, it's supposed to be like a fountain. Oh, it's a bunch of chickens. But enjoy it, because remember, guys, you know, maybe YouTube won't be around in 20 years. Maybe it'll be superseded by something else. Maybe we'll get videos and live streams directly beamed into our brains, and we won't have to worry about, you know, watching cat videos. We can just think about cat videos, and cat videos will pop up in our heads automatically. Internet in the future is going to be a scary place. But there's lots of things, however. Oh, come here. There's lots of things you can do, however, if you want to do them. Oh, that one lifted me up. But there's lots of things you can't do, you know, to interact and show your appreciation, and lots of ways you can do it without having to, I guess, go down the pesky route, is how you would say it. Desert Relations Vision Complex. Oh! That needs to be adjusted a little bit, the timing on that. Needs to be a little more delay on it. But, yeah, I mean, you know, if they have a P.O. box and you want to send them fan mail, go for it. You know, just follow the rules, of course, but fan mail is a good way to show appreciation without spamming up the comments saying, you know, hey, you rock, or hey, you're awesome, or Ether did it. Yeah, that happens a lot. Unexplored cave. I think it's been explored. I've never really kind of been out this way a whole lot, so doing a little bit of walking and talking. But other things you can do that are good things, good practices to remember. Don't ask them to come visit your server or watch your own videos, because lots of folks do that already. It's best not to bother them with that. They're not going to have the time to do either of them, and they've already got plans to do other stuff. So, oh, this is the desert village, I think. So, don't sit around and say, hey, could you watch all of my videos and tell me how awesome I am or what I need to do? Lag monster, lag monster, lag monster. Yeah, a little bit of a lag there, a little bit of a lag monster effect. But yeah, don't become one of those people. Don't become one of those who sit around and try to say, maybe if I tell every famous YouTuber, maybe if I post my IP for my server and Captain Sparkle's latest video 50 times, and I click my heels 3 times and I whisper his name into the mirror, he'll magically appear, and not Candyman, and I'm not going to be transported to Oz, and he'll appear and he'll come take me on a server journey, and then we'll be best friends forever, because that ain't happening. It ain't happening, guys. I'm sorry. A guy like I know he's probably the most popular single YouTuber on the internet, but Sparkles ain't got time for messing around with everyone's servers. If he did that, he wouldn't be able to put out any videos. And the other thing to mention is kind of tying back to the UHC thing, or where people go earlier. Don't hound people for a certain video series. I've seen this recently. I know with Generic B, he was getting a lot of people asking where was it? Oh, the Hermitcraft stuff and the Minecraft stuff was. The regular vanilla stuff that he does. And because he's doing a lot of Feed the Bees, he's doing, Don't Starve and, Race the Commander, B-Team video with B-Dubs. But he's got a lot of people who are asking him about those. He kept telling them, "Oh, check Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I'll let you know what's going on with them." And the answer, truthfully, was he's been busy. He doesn't have time to do 1,000 Minecraft videos or Hermitcraft videos. With Hermitcraft, the thing was, of course, Top Mass was pimping out his base, so he couldn't really do much while that was going on. And with Minecraft, FTP was happening, so everyone was doing that. And I've walked all the way over to Mengi's Fortress, haven't I? I have. I've walked quite a distance. But I'll walk back to spawn and I'll finish the video. But remember that a lot of recording happens beforehand, and the video series you might even be asking about where it is, they may have already recorded 2 or 3 episodes. They're just waiting to upload them, and they have a schedule that they have to follow, and editing takes a while. Editing does take a while. I try to do everything kind of the way, I guess, Etho does this as well, where he does everything in kind of one take. Just, he records everything in one session. And I try to do that as well because it makes my job a lot easier. But it does take a while to get these things uploaded and taken care of, so always be patient with your YouTubers. They're providing entertainment to you, not because they want to be, they want to make a ton of money off this. And oh my goodness, there's a giant Amaterasu. Wow. I can't even see the head. That's new. That's I don't remember that being there before. I'm like walking under Amaterasu's butt. But yeah, remember, for the most part, a lot of these people are doing this, if they're not making money off of it, they're doing it because they enjoy doing it, and they're doing it in their free time. So as much as you help them out by liking their videos and watching their videos and commenting and passing it on to your friends and reposting it on Reddit and Twitter and elsewhere. It's got to be a two-way street. It's not a one-way street where you can kind of dictate what you want to them and they will do it. YouTubers are not slaves. So you do have to keep in mind that they need as much patience from you as, sometimes as much as they give to you in general, because I can tell you right now there's times where I see some of the comments on there and I know I have a thing where I can get easily frustrated from time to time when people are acting stupid. Especially, namely when people are acting stupid. Usually I don't get frustrated unless people are doing stupid stuff like like Yahoo News comments, which I don't read anymore because it makes my brain hurt. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of lag. But yeah, we're back to spawn, so I think we'll finish up the video. So if I could kind of condense the whole video, the whole talk about fame and everything down to a paragraph or two, I would say that fame is not something to take lightly. It's not something to just openly wish for and then expect to happen and then, well, we go visit the park. It's not something you just expect to happen and all of your dreams come true. But it's something you have to work for, and it's something you have to work for in the right ways by not being in a way, I guess, pushy about it. You don't want to be too aggressive and too in your face about it and think that just because you're leaving a comment on someone's video or you tweet somebody that you're going to be instantly famous. You gotta practice. You gotta get better at Minecraft or whatever game you want to get at. You gotta be entertaining. You gotta expect that you're gonna have to work if you want to be famous. And by and large, you shouldn't be trying to be famous if you're doing Let's Plays. You should be doing them to have fun and to share your experience with everyone else. And that's really what I do. What I do NeoCraft videos. I want to share the server with everyone. I also wanted to kind of do a history of the server in a way, like a video history, so that people would be able to see all of their stuff at different times, and so in case one day we decide to reset the map, that all of this great work isn't lost like it was on the last reset. And I kind of had wished that when I'd first started playing on here and first started doing videos, I'd been wise enough to do a video series, because I would not miss my original mount carved into a mountainside, crappy little hole of a home. Now I live in a giant fortress. But yeah, I would just say have fun. That's the key. That's the key with Let's Plays. Have fun. If you're not doing a Let's Play, have fun. Don't try and be pushy. Don't try and be in people's faces, or hope that if you stand next to someone, their fame will rub off on you. That doesn't happen. You become famous by doing great things, and the only way you can do great things is to put in the effort to do great things. There's no overnight success in anything, and a lot of times people who seem to have overnight success, a lot of times they have to work for years to do it, and that success can be fleeting too, so keep that in mind. But always remember that the most important thing is that you should always have fun with whatever you do, because you only get one chance of doing it. One day maybe there won't be a YouTube anymore, and there'll be some other service, and everyone will have to start over again. Maybe some people will have a name brand advantage, but others won't. And always remember that fame is only Fame is only good while people are interested in what you're doing. So that's about it. I know this time around I was a little more talky and thoughtful than my usual escapades, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, if you got anything you want to talk about in the comments, feel free to leave one. I will respond to everyone I get. So as always, thanks for watching. Good luck, good mining, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video.